You fool! You do not get big or small, you get medium. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you get medium, Calliope. It's the worst. It's the worst, I know. Voice changer is Wawa still on? I haven't. We still had Wawa. I'm sorry. Premium medium. Yes, this outfit for Calliope does a lot of work for him. So I posed for the weird dream. I did. I did not fully read it. I will fully admit, because I think that day I was really tired. But I will go ahead and I'll read it when I get off, because I was really tired.
No. If Panda was still alive,
I'm much less tired
I think he'd do
today.
that as well.
I'm gonna take a bath after this, maybe though, and then I'll be way less tired. I'll have such relax. Well, I'll be way less emotionally tired. Pretty burb. Yeah, I read part of it and I thought it was neat. Hello.
And I'm getting alive. None of you will, especially you.
Ow.
But I did see the first part. Like, I read through part of it and I was like, oh, that's neat. I'm also, like, genuinely surprised that I have come in and haunted your dreams. I apologize. I have to pick up items, too. Okay. What? Calliope. I'm gonna do a little bit of chord later too.
Yeah, that should be fine.
No?
Thank you.
I gotta give you a little spiel since it's your first
Okay.
time. Any
Yeah, what do you say?
consumables that you have on you other than your phone?
Hello. Any
weapons,
weapons, items, or consumables?
No.
And put them in the lockers on either side.
Have you been to the onsen before?
First time you
Alrighty,
drink from
let me see your
the
wrist.
bottle here behind me.
There you go.
Thank
Have a
you.
wonderful night at the onsen.
What? Sorry, any times or consumables?
Oh my goodness. I didn't have dreams until I was 19? I didn't have any dreams until I was 19, I think. Like, ever. I had nightmares sometimes that I could remember, but I never had dreams. Dream, they did share their dream. It was in the, it was in the Discord. That's what it's called. It's called Discord. Remember an old character? Can you bring back Daisy? So I've had this a question asked a few times. I'm not sure. I don't really have anything to do with her. So that's why I haven't really brought her back yet. But there's no reason that I can't at least bring her back every once in a while. Meat Rack does come to mind. I could bring her to Meat Rack, although I try to mostly play Bean at Meat Rack because Bean is beautiful and we love Bean. There's also Zafira City lobbies I could play her at. Bean is objectively perfect.
Oh my god. Could you give me something bigger instead, actually? I'm sorry. I thought a couple stickers.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. There's no one that Calliope normally talks to. Oh no. Calliope nervous. No. Cord is back to normal. Bean isn't a god. Yet. Oh, if you didn't see on the Discord, by the way, we have new merch. New merch is up. You can now get a sticker or you can get stickers, shirt, bucket hat, mugs, pretty much any character that has a collection. So any of the big characters. So you've got a fuckload of them.
Sorry.
Jesus. In a fucking hurry, okay. In a big time rush. Oh, it's not like I was even taking up that much of the bridge. Oh my goodness. You would think with that kind of hurry I was taking up the whole bridge, but I'm not. I was just taking up a small portion. Oh no. And then he disappeared. Where did he go? What the fuck? Facey. X-Files. I'm doing pretty good. How are you? I went and I got lunch with my siblings today, and I played a little bit of Bean. Playing Splatoon 3 for the first time. Oh my goodness, it's so good. If I didn't already have so many characters, I would probably make like an Octoling or an Inkling character for no other reason than I can. I don't want to readjust my camera, so this is what you're getting. I'm playing an Inkling because I kind of always like to play Inklings. I love Octolings, but I really like Inklings. I need to get a new drawing in here. It's your birthday tomorrow. Happy almost birthday. No more alt until you finish working. I will try. I will try. I've been, yeah, there's a drawing of Slade, and this is a unfinished drawing of a field from the Fae party Calliope went to. But I wanted to put a few new drawings in here. No. Calliope never shows people his drawings. Calliope doesn't show anybody their drawings, like, ever. Baby's tail. It's so wiggly. It's so cute. Cute little wiggly tail. Yes. Sometimes. What different blood types of blood do to vampires? And I mentioned like the questions I keep having about Flora's blood. I remember you saying it was probably a Hal question, so I was particularly amused that he was like, just got to ask him about it. What? I don't know the answer. It's like a collaborative question. Vegan smoothie to vamps. I mean, that's the interesting part, is it's not like typical blood. It's thick and it's not meat blood, you know, it's not meat. It's not meat blood, it's plant blood. So I don't know if it would give them the same nutrients that they need. I don't know. Where's my chip bag? I got chips. I got a little tiny thing of chips. Onions. Good vegan vampire. Ah, yes. Oh, really? Spicy. Yes. I got Funyuns. Mmm. I guess that makes sense. If a bear bit Flora, it would paralyze him. Or no, it wouldn't, because it's just her saliva. No, if a bear bit Flora, the bear would be fine. It'd just be normal. Oh, really? Maybe it's tasty, but thick. Thickums. Tasty, but the texture's off.
Hey. How you doing?
Not the best, but not the worst.
Me too.
Anything particular making it not
You ever had a friend go away for a long time and then, I don't know, about to meet him again, you don't know how they're different and stuff?
Not really, but I can share the fear, I guess. I haven't. I don't know that I'd ever actually meet my family again, but in theory, I could.
I'm just worried how they've changed. That's all.
A lot or a little. That they're still the same person at their core, at least.
I don't know if I can know that.
I guess all you can do is find out.
Why are you feeling bad?
Oh,
But okay.
but BB and Nyla are both bad medically speaking. BB's still sick.
They're both strong.
And Nyla is temporarily not capable of walking.
They're both really strong. And I don't think if they're in stable condition and Aegis has them, I don't think there's much that Aegis won't do to help keep them alive.
I know that they'll be okay. At least I think they will, but it's just the in between time. I don't like seeing them suffer. And partially I'm worried about the mental ramifications of Moonbeam seeing it. That they've kind of already been through enough, I think.
Oh. No one gets into adventuring like this without knowing the cost or knowing the threat, I guess. At least no one should. And I'm pretty sure they both. I think they'd just be happy to have you by their side.
That's what I'm
When you
trying
need
to do,
to
at least.
be. When you can be, anyway. Sorry, I'm all weird today.
I'm always weird, so that's okay.
No, you're not.
I'm an elf that turns into a giant bear. That's a
Yeah,
bit.
so you're a shapeshifter, an owlbear. That's not weird. That's normal for this world.
I guess you're not wrong.
You know what makes you weird? What makes you really, really weird? You're nice. And in this place, that's really weird. But it's a good kind of weird.
I guess so. Though I guess I wish that one wasn't true. As far as
You wish you weren't so nice?
no, I wish other people were nice.
Oh.
I do wish I could fight a little better though. I'm not very good at that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if you ask anyone around Ages, they'll help you train. I'm sure Nyla's been helping you, or would help you anyway.
Probably. But it's not just the figuring out how to fight. It's also that I'm scared of myself. The entire time. I don't want to.
While you're turned, or
Yes.
either time?
I can't fight like this. I'm a healer, and that's about it.
Right.
I mean, I could try to
Okay.
hit someone, but that would.
Maybe you just need to practice hitting someone that's is good at taking a punch, so you get used to it. You know, get used to using your full strength. I mean,
The only person I can think of is Slade, and I think he would get too excited.
probably. But you know, he'd tell you when he needs to quit. At least if you do it in an Aegis, they'll make you quit. That's probably the best place to learn. I've got some other friends if you want that are sturdy.
I guess the first problem is stressing me out till I turn, which isn't.
So you have to be stressed to turn? Are you stressed right now?
A little bit. I'm always a little stressed.
Hello? How can I help you?
What?
I have anxiety.
What do you both cosplayers?
I'm
Anxiety. Oh.
I'm
What was
not.
your name?
Oh. You know what?
What was your name?
Why should I tell you?
Because you just walked in on someone else's conversation, and it's kind of rude to do that without at least introducing yourself. Otherwise, you can, buzz off.
Get that.
Anyway, why are you stressed? Or is it because of the whole, the health thing? Injury things?
That, yes. But also I'm just always a little anxious, I guess.
Maybe that's the point. I mean, if you're always stressed, then just gotta learn what the trigger point is, I guess. Right? The threshold?
I guess so.
I mean, so yeah. Because if you're always stressed, then that's fine. Because that means that it's not when you're stressed, it means it's just when you get to a threshold, a place, a point in time when you're either angry or in danger. So it's got to be more than just stress.
I don't get angry very often.
Do you get angry when you turn? Or is it
Sometimes.
like a survival thing?
I mean, I'm mostly the same. You just can't understand me. I guess I have
So
more.
it's like a fight or flight?
Instincts? Maybe.
So it's like you go into fight or flight, except yours is fights. You're
Yes.
still you, because I know I've talked to you before as them. Well, I don't know what you're worried about then. I don't think you could hurt a fly. Well, that you wouldn't meant to.
It's more seeing myself be able to fling someone who would normally be my size halfway across the street is a little scary sometimes.
I mean, I think that's cool. Look, I'm sure if you asked Slade, do you want me to fling you across the pond? I'm pretty sure he'd be down for it.
Oh,
Same thing maybe with Nyla.
definitely. I
Maybe not
don't
BB.
know that Nyla would be that excited. But I do think
think BB
Nyla
would.
would be excited to train.
You could throw Belle.
Who?
You could throw Belle, and then she has to catch herself. The blue Mandalorian. You could throw her, and then she can try to rocket, like try to right herself with her jetpack. Good training for both of you. And then she wouldn't get hurt unless it's her fault.
True.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Just gotta punch something that's gonna get some give. Then you can learn what your real strength is, or what the extent of it is. That's why I'm always fighting people that are supposedly stronger than me. The only way to train or get better, you gotta push yourself. Push.
I should probably do it more.
Yep.
It doesn't help though when you're malnourished.
Wait, why are you have you not been eating?
I have stomach problems. I try to eat things and my stomach just hurts. My current theory is I'm just not used to eating very much.
Maybe. Maybe do you eat a certain food and it makes you hungry? Or not hungry, stomach achy? Is there other foods that you eat and you don't get stomach achy?
I've found
Like meats.
certain types of meat are easier to handle. Fish, fruits, lighter fruits at least. Those are easier to stomach. Mostly uncooked, actually.
So you have to eat like an owlbear.
That probably is it, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I imagine what you're getting sick on is probably cooked food and like processed, like cheeseburgers. Cheeseburgers are good, but I don't I don't know if they're good for your stomach. Your stomach.
Mm.
I mean, they've got meat, so maybe. Hmm. Hmm.
Guess I'd have to
Just become
try
the
it.
owlbear. Eat like the owlbear.
I did for a long time when I was a teenager. As a teen, I was almost always a bear.
Cool. Were you like ever a baby bear?
No. The curse started when I was 14.
Okay.
It's most people who get my curse, unless it happens outside of my village, it's always the firstborn when they come of age. Certain ones, not every family.
Okay.
I just
Sorry, I'm
happen to be
catching
the
the pop petals.
unlucky one.
Ah. They're too pretty to let fall on the ground. Well, I hope that helps with your stomach problems then.
I hope so. I do eat more now. At least I try to.
That's good. Little baby steps, I guess.
Mm.
I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna do work stuff. Yeah.
Good luck with your friend. I hope it goes well.
Flower petals.
Oh.
Wait.
Thank you. It depends on the fae. I guess that is somewhat true, yeah. So most fair vegan. Or not vegan, vegetarian. The problem is Calliope does need some certain amount of meat. But red meats make their tummy hurt a little more. Because Calliope, body-wise, isn't necessarily entirely meant to eat meat. Fae elves are mostly vegetarian. Their bodies aren't really meant to eat meat. But half of Calliope, and the more cursed Calliope gets, both needs and craves red meat. Not red meat, meat in general. So fish is a big, easy one. But even before, Calliope didn't eat a lot of, like, red meat. He ate a lot of white meat because it was more, like, rabbits that he could catch. Like rabbits, rodents, smaller mammals. It's so shrimpable. Fish is what Calliope likes the most. what Calliope could catch was a lot of fish. Fish. Smaller mammals.
The skin is fake. What?
Good afternoon, madam.
What? Are
An
you
ancient generational fake curse be like, what is that? Ooh. It's a powerful curse too. It's a curse that Calliope can never get rid of without dying.
Yeah, let's try like glowing nipples.
It's a strong ass curse.
Ellie, if you keep doing that against the Pope.
It ain't that weak shit.
Equals 1 credit. That's freaking. Oh, that's expensive.
Not necessarily. They do it here for simple.
Nope. There is nothing that can get rid of his curse. There is a possibility that someone could, like, extremely briefly get rid of it for, like, a day or an hour. Nullify it.
Fine.
No, you know what? We're not even gonna. We're gonna go this way.
Proxy is always half naked. Proxy is always half naked. Proxy never has fucking pants. We've all told Proxy, put on some goddamn pants. Proxy never puts on pants. Yeah. That's basically what it is somebody could bend Calliope's curse temporarily. So someone like Fable, somebody like Dahlia, they could stop it temporarily. I forgot that I had a towel for Calliope for the swimmy stuff. But we do. As much as it makes Calliope very nervous. Max. But I don't imagine that the cathedral has, like, a lot of baths. Like, I don't imagine they have baths. I would imagine they probably have showers. So, yeah, it could give somebody a minute, like, it could give Calliope extra time to calm down. It could make it so that it takes longer. Could potentially up the curse, like, level. Because it's when Calliope gets more stressed, it means basically the curse level is higher up. So the level that the curse is taking over him is higher. Whereas if Calliope is not stressed, his mind is calm, the curse is taking over him less. So that's the neat part. I like it over there. Shove you down there. Yeah, get out of here. Yeah. Faster but more painful. Yeah. I have a villain basically for it. I have the person planned out. Yes. Given that Calliope has anxiety, if somebody gave Calliope a bunch of caffeine, Calliope would much more quickly turn into an owlbear. It's the thing. There we go. Yeah. I can imagine that being a problem. Owlbear on caffeine. Owlbear on caffeine. Or owlbear on... I think Calliope could make people question that. Calliope is both. They're not one or the other. They are both. I generally refer to them as he, but it's only because I initially got used to referring to them as he. When I first played them, and they were pretending to be only male. Now Calliope has no problem with it. Mary did an amazing job with making this iteration of Calliope look very, very gender, like, what is it? Androgynous. They're not too female leaning, they're not too male leaning, and it makes me very happy. Very gender. Very gender. Which gender, I don't know, but very gender. It is neat that this version of Calliope, like, you can see the curse less. The curse mark. Because Calliope's hair covers it most of the time. Yeah. Majority of people do refer to Calliope as he. And to be fair, when Calliope is wearing the other clothes, they could more pass as male. Because those clothes aren't very... They don't show off the feminine traits as well. With the exception of Calliope's face and hair. Because Calliope's face and hair are kind of in the middle. Yeah. Calliope would not have an issue with anybody calling them she. And has never had an issue. People have done it. So people are cool with it. Yeah. Calliope has broad shoulders. Yes, this is very true. It's kind of all in the clothes with Calliope. If Calliope wears more typically masculine clothing, then Calliope presents much more strongly as male. And if Calliope wears more typically feminine clothing, Calliope much more passes as female. A buff female, but a female. Because the shoulders make them look buffer. Where the arms and the legs make Calliope look skinny. They think I'm skinny. Yeah. It would be much easier for Calliope to hide as a male than a female. Yes, they looked much more. they looked skinny but toned. Now it's much better. I do still have to take the texture off because there is an ab texture. But I haven't had to worry about that because I haven't had a swimsuit yet. But I need to make a swimsuit for Calliope at some point. And I might even go for a slightly more feminine one this time. We'll see.
Did they think you were of the void or some shit?
I have no idea.
We'll see. What? What do you want to ask? What is it? Not free the titty. The maid kini was really feminine. Yes. Technically. Kind of depends. I would think yes. But also, I don't know. To be entirely honest, I don't know. I don't know if owlbears have live birth or egg birth. I would think it depends on if they have egg birth or live birth. But I don't know if they have... Okay, if they have egg birth, then it's probably a cloaca. Probably. I would imagine. I don't know. Platypus. Platypi. Do they have one? That's how we answer this question.
You can go over there, and then there's also a cave.
What do platypuses have? Yeah, the Calliope confuse. No, platypi lay eggs. That's why. That answers my question. They do? Then there you go. Science has answered the question. Yes. In that case, Calliope would have a cloaca when they are full owlbear. Yes, they're one of the only mammals to lay eggs, and that's why I'm using them as a reference point. Right, echidnas. I always forget about echidnas. They're not as big of an animal. Like publicly. People don't, the public consciousness is not as aware of them. Yes, it's a very important question. It answers a lot of questions. And also does tell you that yes, probably the transformation is even more uncomfortable than you would imagine. But at the same time, I don't know if it's any more, like, more or less uncomfortable. And Calliope is as uncomfortable as gonna get during transformation because it's everything. I don't think that's sun. I think that's more probably like dawn. I don't know because it has the hat, but it's a very cute model, and I know it's Jackie. Who's the author? Virgo. Cute. I'm always fascinated by people who make the FNAF models. I always want to know. I'm always like, who made? Especially because so many of them are like private. Or if they are public, they're not in worlds. Okay, we might switch off of Calliope now. Animatronic racism.
I mean,
Why did I just walk past? Oh my god. Yeah. There's a lot of confusing bits regarding Calliope and pregnancy. Because if Calliope was pregnant, like, would the child have the curse? Would the child start off as having the curse and then grow out of the curse? would the child literally not have the curse at all and then end up as either an owlbear or an elf, dependent entirely on if Calliope is a owl or a elf during the birth. Because to be fair, dear God, birth is very stressful and would probably result in an owlbear. Yeah. Calliope probably will. Might not start as an owlbear, but they'll definitely end as an owlbear.
Why you just stand? We're not actually trying to be sneaky or
I don't think so. Because there is the possibility of Calliope being calm.
Okay, that's not even the person. That's someone else.
There would just be a lot of times where they are stressed.
Am I not?
I am sure that there would be periods of time where they're not an owlbear. Because like there is happy thoughts that come from pregnancy. There's a lot of happy, but there's just also a lot of stress. So it would be a lot more.
Human males have no.
Oh, if Calliope was the dad, it would be very simple, and I don't think they would have the curse at all.
So
There's no reason to believe that they
I
would.
have a genetic base. I'm a star, so there would be no reason for me to have nipples.
Plug them back in.
They can. I'm sure they can.
I'm going.
It's way less complicated. It's so much easier.
I mean, they still do that to people, though. You turn them off and on again.
Oh,
Why would you want that?
I don't think we can turn Bishop off.
We're stopping this conversation. We're done with it. We're done with it. Conversation is over.
Fully just turn it back on.
I think Calliope's gonna go for now, and we'll come in as Cord. Not necessarily. Because I don't know how Nyla's curse works. It could be that they end up half what Nyla is and half elf. Or they could end up just a regular half elf because maybe their curse doesn't do that.
Hold on, let me just.
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
Hey, yeah, no.
Mhm.
There you go. But now I
Alright.
gotta go bully him. Okay.
Have a nice night. Okay.
You too.
You. There's this.
See ya.
Your hand is low enough that it's below the desk.
I'm just gonna go straight home because I'm needing a request again. We have a curse. You do want them to have removed.